Hello everyone and welcome back to Monster Mania, part of the Jesse Hecht Creative Collection. Today we are going over Frankenstein's monster and the Bride of Frankenstein from Jada Toys. Today we're going over Blade and Caliban from Marvel Legends. Before we begin, make sure to click that like button and claw that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. So here we have Frankenstein's monster, who I will call Frank for short, and for humor, we have his logo right over here, Universal Monsters logo up top, and up top. On the bottom, we have all the legalese and barcodes and whatnot. On the side, we have all the other monsters with one more logo. On the back, we have the logo again with the monsters in the wave, looking nice. We also have a really cool picture of Frankenstein right here with more logos. Now let's open this up and be frank about it. The head sculpt is really nice and subdued. I like the eyes. They're very tired looking and very worn. He has some deep sockets in there with a lot of shadow. I love the little staples going through his hair and around his head, putting his face together very nicely. The cut over here I think is painted wrong, and it should be a little closer to that groove, but it looks interesting nonetheless. The ears are pretty nice and the hair is really good too. He also has those familiar bolts around his neck that are pretty awesome and great looking. Wonderful attention to detail to the source material. The body looks very nice. The shirt is sort of a turtleneck kind of thing coming down to a jacket going around. It's very stiff though, but I like the texture around it and it looks awesome. The arms are pretty cool too, and the hands are sort of an olive green. It's an imposing figure that has very broad shoulders and looks really nice with that texture. The legs have a great texture to them and are awesome. I really love the look of these. They're very thick and huge. The boots are wonderful too. These shoes are great. They have like lifts in them and look wonderful. No laces or anything. They just slip on. They're really well done, and these are some great legs and shoes. As far as accessories goes, he comes with two alternate hands that are in grasping sort of growl position, as well as his head, which is in growl position. It looks pretty good for this head. I kind of like it, but the expression on it to me resembles more rather than rawr. But anyways, these hands can go left and right and hinge and swivel. They're very nice for hands, but the head could use a redo on the expression. For the head, the articulation can go back this far, forward this far, left and right. Not really hindered that much by those bolts. Pretty well done. It's a good head. He also comes with two sets of manacles, one short and one long. For what reason, I don't know. Seeing as he can't really fit on the legs, they would work way better on the wrists, as you can see over here with the secondary pair. The smaller pair work fine as well. The clasp isn't that well done though. It doesn't clasp as well as it can, I think, on mine, but that's okay, I guess. It's fine for what it is and works well. It just doesn't really clasp well on mine for some reason. That's kind of a shame. But yeah, it works nice for manacles and is pretty cool for this figure. As far as articulation goes for Frank, the head can go up and down and side to side and swivel and then go all the way around very nicely. You get up this far, not really that much, and down all the way around, pretty okay. Very stiff to move for some reason. I'm not really getting that much traction with it. It kind of can move all the way around, I guess, if you really force it. You get a swivel over here, double jointed elbow working really nice over here. You do get a swivel and then hinge up and down, and then a swivel and then a hinge up and down. This, you do get a waist joint over here. There isn't really that much down and up with the chest. At least it's pretty okay. You do get a swivel with that too. Get out this far pretty well, kind of like working this free a little bit, out and then up this far and back, not really that far, all the way back to double jointed knees, working all right for a figure of this size. You get a swivel up here, not really swivel down here. You do get a pivot though, and then you get a up this far a little bit and then down, pretty okay with that foot, and that's kind of it with two peg holes above the feet. Definitely a figure I expected more from. That could be much better, but for a guy this size, I feel like the amount of plastic kind of ate into the budget, but it's fine I guess for what it is. I just wish the manacles were bigger for the legs, and the expression on the snarling head was better. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. Here is the box for the Bride of Frankenstein, looking awesome right here with all the accessories and extra heads. Now, this logo is really nice until you get down to the bottom where it's scary, so that script is really cool looking. We have the logo up here, the logo up here. On the side, we have her beautiful visage next to her husband and their pet, the creature of the Black Lagoon. On the back, we have the legalese and stuff and everything, as well as another logo over here and the wave. Thus far, we have a picture of the Bride of Frankenstein looking really nice over here with some nice shading and lighting. We have the logo down here here, another logo up here. Now let's take a look at the bride and see what's what. The head sculpt is fine, I guess. I do like the eyes. They're very big and Disney-like for some reason. The lips are really pouty and interesting looking. The lipstick is sort of hastily applied. The nose looks really nice too. The ears are good. The forehead has a little paint smudge on it or scratch or something. Straight out of the box, right from the factory. That's a shame. I really think that's a bummer and kind of brings the figure down a little bit for me. But the best part about this is the hair. That silver streak going up the top is amazing on both sides. Big beehive kind of hairdo. I haven't seen this kind of hairdo in a long time. It's nice to bring it back to this figure. Very well done for that, but a shame about the markings. As far as the body goes, for now it is covered in a white cloth that doesn't really leave anything to the imagination. Just a big white cloth going over. It does have a sort of zip around the back, I guess, some Velcro. Looking pretty nice. Those arms are a good tell though for what's inside. Pretty cool looking and kind of scary with the mummy wraps, hinting at what's to come for Jada. I'm excited to see some more monsters from them coming up soon. Going over the garment itself real quick, it's nicely made. I kind of like it. It reminds me of Princess Leia's outfit a little bit from Star Wars, minus a lot of things probably. It does have some stretch and some little bit of give. There is a Velcro portion you can just sort of snap together and then unsnap to unveil. Basically just sort of like take it off this way and fold it inwards to undress the character, I would guess. We do have a little bit of sort of spare thread down here coming around, which is kind of a shame, but it's very nicely made, I think. Much better than Drax's cape, I would guess. The body for the Bride of Frankenstein looks awesome. I love this thing. This is the best thing I think Jada has done as far as paint and sculpt. The wrappings are wonderfully done, and I'd love to see a female mummy from this line. Maybe not one from the movie that came out recently, but this is just great. Wrappings everywhere. Nice thin female body. Looking wonderful and great. Almost like snakeskin. This is basically perfect. Excellent job, Jada. This is phenomenal. Well done. As far as accessories go, she comes with this head that is a screaming head, as well as a sort of rock-on hand. And this pose kind of is funny, seeing this whole metal concert kind of gal. Really awesome. She has this other hand too that has a wrapping coming down from it a little bit, if you can see. Very nicely done for that. These head and hands are really great. They swivel and hinge, and then you can swivel and then hinge. But let's get a closer look at this head over here. It's screaming and looking pretty good. There is one more mark on this side of the face, which really bothers me. I'm not sure why this is here. Anyways, the eyes are kind of strangely positioned on the head. There's a weird scar over her eye, and I guess they messed up where the eyebrow is supposed to go. That's a shame. We do have that hairdo. That's the same thing again. I believe it's the exact same hairdo from figure to figure. Yeah, that's basically it. The paint's a little bit different. It's an alright head, but so far this offering hasn't been that great for me. As far as articulation goes for the head, this can't really fit that well on the ball, but I'm trying my best. Swivel all the way, back not really that far, forward pretty okay, and some nice pivot over here. It's an alright head sculpt and an alright articulation scheme for this. She also comes with these two pillars with chains on them. They're fine, I guess, but I don't know what they're in reference to. If it's supposed to be something from the film or anything, I'm kind of left in the dark on this. They're pretty neat plastic with some metal chain and some fabric. The best of all worlds when it comes to different materials for action figures, but I do wish there was something like a manacle or something connected to her instead of just chain link ends, I guess. It probably is elaborated better in a different set, or if you combine sets together, but right now I'm just left in the dark and puzzled. As far as articulation goes to the Bride of Frankenstein, the head can go back this far, not really that much forward, pretty alright, and some pivot over here with some good swiveling as well, all the way around the ball too. You go up this far, pretty okay, and down this far and all the way around. You do get a swivel up here, a single joint elbow going this far, it's pretty okay, and a swivel and then a hinge for this hand, and then a swivel and then a hinge for this hand. You also get a swivel up here and back and forward and then side to side and all the way around. You do get splits this far, very nice for the figure, and down. You do get up this far and back, pretty okay. You get a double jointed knee going up this far. You get a swivel over here, no swivel down here, and then down, and then up, and then pivot with two pecos upon the feet. Definitely a beautiful looking figure. The articulation is alright. I just think the accessories are kind of strange for the figure, and the quality control, once again, kind of baffles me for this. It is a really nice looking figure if you want it for display, but for posing and play, that's another story. Frank stands at about 6 3/4 inches taller, so maybe just higher than 6.5 inches, and Frankie, his bride, stands at about 5 1/4 or so inches tall, maybe 5.5 5.5, but her hair is almost 6 inches or so. They look really nice together, a good couple. Overall, while these figures may not be the best in the Jada Toys Universal Monsters lineup, they still are a lot of fun. Frank is an awesome figure. I love how big, tall, and chunky he is. The platform shoes are great, the texture for his clothing is wonderful, and I love the hands, heads, and accessories. What's great about him most is that his relaxed hands and relaxed head work well together, and the snarling head and hands work well to scare somebody. Those manacles, sure, I don't really know why there's 2 different sizes, but it's nice to have them and use for him, and use for not only him, but other figures. The Bride, I think, is an overall better figure. I really like the head sculpts despite the QC issues. The hair is awesome. The faces could use a little bit of improvement. That screaming head is pretty fun, but I wish the QC on the eyes and face was a little bit more up to snuff. The cloth concealing her body is a nice piece and looks really well. I do like those 2 poles also, and I wish they were a little bit more relevant to the character. Maybe having manacles on the ends of them themselves, that would be a better decision than just being poles with chains. The best part about the Bride of Frankenstein, however, is the body. Amazing mummy wrapped sculpt with some really great gauze paint makes it come to life and look beautiful. I almost never want to use the dress again and just keep her in those wraps. It looks awesome. The extra hands are really nice too. I love those hook'em horns hands, and everything about her without that cloak is just amazing. Sure, the articulation isn't the best, but I do find that sculpt is top notch. That being said, these figures are kind of middle of the road for me. They are really great in a lot of places, but in others they kind of fall flat. But if you're a fan of Frankenstein's monster and his bride, pick these up. You will love them. Otherwise, let them sit on the shelf for someone else to reanimate them in the future. But make no mistake that next week we will see a creature not only in monochrome, but also in the next level. So which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com for more reviews like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and do keep being creative. Stay tuned.